The following is a presentation of 912 Sports. Welcome to On Air with 912 Sports, your number one source for high school sports. With Sean Smoke and Kevin Price. On Air with 912 Sports is brought to you by Coastal Pines Technical College. Go Coastal. Prime South Bank. Find your prime. Robbie Robertson Ford, because Fords are cheaper in the swamp. Gibson Animal Clinic, practical solutions with limited fees. Summit Sports Medicine and Orthopedic Surgery, the region's best orthopedic care. And Kim Smoke, licensed realtor with eXp Realty.
It makes sense Prime South Bank would have a great mobile app. Nobody is as mobile as our customers. For a century, they've chased dreams, followed their hearts, took the road less taken, made a new path, taken leaps of faith. At Prime South, offering the latest digital banking, secure pay apps, and new online lending is part of a mobile tradition that goes way back. Life is mobile. So is Prime South. Find your Prime. Member FDIC.
Play it loud and rev it up. Robbie Robertson's got trucks built for tough.
Make your way to Robbie Robertson Ford in Waycross, where the deals are bigger than ever. Looking for a stylish midsize car, a spacious SUV, or a truck that performs at work and play? Robbie Robertson wants your vehicle and is paying top dollar. Now is the time to buy. Fords are cheaper in the swamp.
Welcome, sports fans, and thanks for watching On Air with 912 Sports. I'm Sean Smoke, publisher of 912 Sports, and we have a great show for you tonight. Glenn Academy hosted the Region 2 6A tennis tournament this past Friday for both the boys and girls tennis, and 912 Sports head writer and podcast host Kevin Price was on campus and will have a full report. The defending single-A Division II state baseball champions are having a great season. Currently ranked number one and undefeated in region play, the Charlton County Indians have picked up just where they left off in 2023. I'll have a chance to talk with Coach Thad Marchman about the winning formula down in Folkestone. Don't forget to pick up the latest copy of 912 Sports. It's the baseball issue featuring Jeff Davis Sr., Duke Stone on the cover. And speaking of Jeff Davis baseball, please pray for Carter Galbraith. Carter was struck in the head with a baseball while in the batting cages and was taken to Savannah. Get well soon, Carter. All of us here at 912 Sports are praying for you, your family, and all of Jacket Nation. We'll be right back with On Air with 912 Sports after these words.
Gibson Animal Clinic is ready to help with your animals. From cats to dogs to horses, we treat them all. Call on us for grooming, bathing, boarding, and more serious things like surgery, dentistry, spay, neuter, immunizations, heartworm prevention, flea control, complete lab testing, radiology, preventive health care. Call us at 285-7678. Open Saturdays for your convenience. Gibson Animal Clinic. Practical solutions with reasonable fees. Russell J. Gibson, DVM.
Gibson Animal Clinic, 108 Riverside Drive, Waycross.
Hablamos español en nuestra clínica.
At Summit Sports Medicine and Orthopedic Surgery, you don't have to be an athlete to get the region's best orthopedic care. Our board-certified orthopedic surgeons and physicians treat injuries and conditions that affect just about any joint or bone in your body. Plus, we're backed by the support of Southeast Georgia Health System. From fracture repair to joint replacement, Summit Sports Medicine and Orthopedic Surgery will get you moving again. Call 1-855-ASK-SGHS. That's 1-855-275-7447 or visit sghs.org/summit.
Welcome, sports fans, and thanks for watching On Air with 912 Sports. I'm Sean Smoke, publisher of 912 Sports, joined now by the head coach of the Charlton County Indians, Thad Marchman. Coach, how you doing today?
Doing great, man. Thank you for having me.
Hey, man, appreciate you being on the show here, Coach. Charlton County Indians coming off defending state champs here, Coach, in Single A Division One. Won the championship back in 13, 14. Won it again this past year. I'm going to go ahead and say it. I know you can't, but you should have won it in 22 when you got hosed over at Georgia Southern, and the umpires decided to play a game that probably shouldn't have been played that night. But, hey, that's all water under the bridge. But, like I said, congratulations on the championship last year, Coach. But kind of talk a little bit about what's been the winning philosophy down there at Charlton all these years.
Man, way to bring up a sour memory about that Meadow series. Golly. We just – I got to tell you, this team this year has just kind of embraced some of the things that was laid out from the seniors before them. We graduated two really, really good players last year in Ian Vickers and Gant Geiger, and along with – a couple other key starters who also pitched as well. And we even lost another senior who just decided he wanted to go to work. So the attrition we had last year was huge and it hurt us. But so far our guys have found a way to kind of rise to the occasion and play a little bit above level. So that's good for us.
Yeah. Well, Coach, you're sitting there at 16-1, 10-0 in region play. So evidently this group of seniors, and we'll name off a few here and let you talk about it, but you got guys like Cole Crawford, Colton Cruz, Hayes Johnson. They've really bought in and have really been the leaders on that team to get you to this point of the season.
Well, starting off with Cole, he's just been a kind of an offensive powerhouse for us. He's real. He had 3 home runs in the series last week against Atkinson County, and more so than that, he's getting on base. He's playing really good defense. We've asked him to change positions several times. Last year he moved from first base to outfield while playing first base half the time with pitching a little bit. Now this year we're asking him to play third base at least 50% of the time, and we've also increased his role on the mound. The things that he's done for us from where he started to where he's now is really incredible. And then Colton Cruz, he's our left-handed pitcher who also plays first base. He signed with Gordon College, and he didn't have a loss all last year, although he was down in the state championship game that we played versus ECI, but we came back and tied it up, and unfortunately, our freshman who came in after him got lost in that game, Griffin Thomas. But and then you got Hayes Johnson, who was our starter in right field last year in the state championship series, and he really earned that spot by just playing excellent defense. And if you go back and watch that series, he played excellent defense in that series as well. But he didn't get to swing it a lot. But this year, I think he's hitting right around 380, 400, getting on base a lot. He's also been asked to play several different positions: right field, second base, third base when Cole's pitching, or when one of our other third basemen are pitching. So, these 3 guys have really done a lot for us. And then also Garrett Vickers, who is Ian Vickers, the guy who graduated last year's little brother. He's just come out of nowhere and kind of earned a starting spot and doing a great job for us. So, like I said in the opening, we're very blessed that some guys have really stepped up their role, including, we just didn't have a leadoff hitter at all. I mean, last year we probably had 3 or 4 different leadoff hitters throughout the year. And Gant Geiger, who graduated, he was our leadoff hitter for 80% of the season. But we also need him to drive and run, so that's why he wasn't always there. But David Walters he's just done a great job in that spot. And every baseball coach knows that's a tough spot. It's very important. Leadoff guy is very important, and it's a tough place to hit. But David Walters, he's a junior. He's accepted it, and he just ran with it, and he's doing a great job.
Yeah, and I mean, a lot of people can make the argument your leadoff guys is almost as important as your cleanup hitter is. So, you definitely want to get that first guy on.
Yeah, and he's done a great job, a fantastic job of it. Matter of fact, he's doing so well. You want to think about, do I put him in the 3 or the 4 hole so we can drive him more runs? But I think we found something there, so we're gonna leave him there for the time being.
Did you know that you can get a head start on your college career and save money at the same time through dual enrollment at Coastal Pines Technical College? Dual enrollment is open to high school juniors and seniors, tuition free. Talk to your high school counselor or visit coastalpines.edu for more information. Coastal Pines Technical College, an equal opportunity institution. Go Coastal!
Well, Coach, you guys talk a little bit about this region that you're in, because you guys are structuring your region games a little bit different. You're playing each team 4 times, but you're doing it a little bit different. So talk a little bit about it, because it kind of differs from most of the 3-game series from around here.
Right. Well, what we do is when we start off region play, we go through the region and play each team one time. So we'll play, say, Clinch on Tuesday, Lanier on Friday, Eccles on Tuesday, so on and so forth, like that. So Tuesday, Friday. And once you've played everyone one time, then the series starts. So our first series was against Turner, I think. So we played Turner twice on Turner one time on Tuesday, then doubleheader on Friday. And then the next week was Lanier. We play Lanier on Tuesday, doubleheader on Friday, and then and it goes through the schedule like that. Now we've gotten backed up. I'm looking at my schedule on the board behind me. It's kind of written over here. We've kind of gotten backed up because the tough thing about this is when you get a rain out on a Friday, and you got to play a doubleheader in there. So we got a whole bunch of games stacked on top of each other coming up after spring break. So they got games stacked up too. So it's not unfair for anybody. It's just kind of how it goes.
Exactly. Well, Coach, talk about that. When you got those games back to back to back, you got to have a lot of arms. So let's talk a little bit about your pitching staff and who you can rely on in those situations.
Well, I mentioned Cole before. He just pitched a really big one against Brantley. We played Brantley on Saturday, 1-0 game, man. And
wow.
And he just threw 5 innings and did a great job. He wanted to do more, but it was the first time he's thrown 5 innings this year. We've had him out there for 3 or 4 innings a couple times, but it was his first start. He had been coming in relief, and he's been coming in relief because we count on him. We trust him. We know when he comes in, he's going to take care of business. But we gave him a start there, and he just did a phenomenal job. Then we brought in Colton for the 6th and the 7th, and he closed it down. And so that was inspiring for the team to see him do that in that spot. But we have a freshman, Ethan Crawford, who's Cole's little brother. He's probably had 3 or 4 starts now, and he's just done a really good job. Griffin Thomas, our shortstop, who's a sophomore, he's been the number 2 guy, and he's been doing a really good job. So Garrett, who I mentioned earlier, he's a left-handed pitcher. He's been playing right field for us. He's really stepped up offensively, but he's also had a couple starts on the mound as well. So, I feel like we also have Chase Roden, who's another guy we haven't used and as much, who we are going to use this week, and also David Walters, our center fielder, the leadoff guy. So, we have arms. The problem is last year, 80% of our innings were by Ian Vickers, Geiger, and Colton Cruz. And so Colton Cruz is back. That's great. So he now gets a big part of those innings. But those other guys are going to have to see some really important innings where high pressure situations. So we'll see how it goes. They've really done well so far. But you know how it is. It's getting towards the end of the season. It just gets a little bit tougher. So we'll see what those guys can do.
Big shoes to fill. Well, Coach, you guys continue to keep winning. Like I said, sitting there at 16-1, 10-0 in region, and hopefully we'll catch up with you after that deep run, and maybe even after that back-to-back state championship.
Oh man, well, I appreciate it. Thanks for the kind words, and we're gonna try. We're gonna do the best we can, and I'm proud of the guys, how they've done so far. But hopefully they'll even tell you that there's just a lot more to do, and I feel like we can just get so much better. So we're going to work towards that.
Well, y'all keep up the good work. Appreciate you being on air with 912 Sports. Stick around. We'll be right back after these messages.
At Summit Sports Medicine and Orthopedic Surgery, you don't have to be an athlete to get the region's best orthopedic care. Our board-certified orthopedic surgeons and physicians treat injuries and conditions that affect just about any joint or bone in your body. Plus, we're backed by the support of Southeast Georgia Health System. From fracture repair to joint replacement, Summit Sports Medicine and Orthopedic Surgery will get you moving again. Call 1-855-ASK-SGHS. That's 1-855-275-7447 or visit sghs.org/summit.
It makes sense Prime South Bank would have a great mobile app. Nobody is as mobile as our customers. For a century, they've chased dreams, followed their hearts, took the road less taken, made a new path, taken leaps of faith. At Prime South, offering the latest digital banking, secure pay apps, and new online lending is part of a mobile tradition that goes way back. Life is mobile. So is Prime South. Find your Prime. Member FDIC.
Play it loud and rev it up. Robbie Robinson's got trucks built for tough.
Make your way to Robbie Robertson Ford in Waycross, where the deals are bigger than ever. Looking for a stylish midsize car, a spacious SUV, or a truck that performs at work and play? Robbie Robertson wants your vehicle and is paying top dollar. Now is the time to buy. Fords are cheaper in the swamp.
The Glen Academy boys tennis team won another region championship last Friday when the Red Terrors defeated Lakeside Evans in the finals of the Region 2-6A tournament. The region tournament for both boys and girls was played at Glen Academy in Brunswick, with the Terrors being the top seed in the boys' tourney and the Lady Terrors being the number 2 seed for the girls' tournament. For the Glen boys, the league crown was their third in a row. The Terrors won this one with a 3-0 triumph over Lakeside in the boys' final played Friday afternoon. Glen had a free pass into the title match since Grovetown, the 4th seed, opted to forfeit this match and not make the long trip down to the Georgia coast. The Panthers earned the chance to play Glen for the region title with a semifinal victory earlier Friday over Effingham. The Terrors won all 3 singles matches to secure the necessary 3 points to claim the match, with the 2 doubles contests still going on. The Terrors are now 19-0 going into the Class 6A state tournament, which will open later this month. Lakeside will be the number 2 seed from the region, while Effingham will be the 3rd seed and Grovetown will go as the number 4 seed. The Glen girls also played for the region title last Friday against Lakeside Evans, which won the league tourney with a 3-0 victory in the finals. Glen knocked off South Effingham in the region semifinals earlier Friday by a 3-1 count. The Lady Terrors will take a 14-6 record into the state as the league's number 2 seed. South Effingham will be the number 3 seed and Effingham will be the 4th seed. Both Glen teams will host first-round matches, which of course are still to be announced. For On Air with 912 Sports, I'm Kevin Price.
High schoolers, did you know that you can get a head start on your college career and save money at the same time through dual enrollment at Coastal Pines Technical College? Dual enrollment is open to high school juniors and seniors, tuition free. Talk to your high school counselor or visit coastalpines.edu for more information. Coastal Pines Technical College, an equal opportunity institution. Go Coastal.
Gibson Animal Clinic is ready to help with your animals. From cats to dogs to horses, we treat them all. Calling us for grooming, bathing, boarding, and more serious things like surgery, dentistry, spay, neuter, immunizations, heartworm prevention, flea control, complete lab testing, radiology, preventive health care. Call us at 285-7678. Open Saturdays for your convenience. Gibson Animal Clinic. Practical solutions with reasonable fees. Russell J. Gibson, DVM.
Gibson Animal Clinic, 108 Riverside Drive, Waycross.
Hablamos español en nuestra clínica.
This has been a presentation of 912 Sports.